We are absolutely standing on the shoulders of those who have gone before us, and they are giants. Alan Morris and Homer Warner and all of these pioneers in their fields, they provided us the foundation that is Intermountain Healthcare.
Many of these chronic diseases that are a high cost to our healthcare system that we can conquer and manage more cheaply.
One Intermountain is a wonderful idea. It really is an extension of what Intermountain has been about.
And we've got to take that endowment that they left for us and turn it into something very valuable. And that's what we're engaging in right now.
This is the promise of One Intermountain.
It's the most exciting thing I've ever done, and I love it.
Years ago, I was in the Peace Corps, and each hut housed a patient and their family, and the nurse was able to teach the family what to do. They actually practiced the cares that they would need at home. When we came to Intermountain Medical Center, I used that concept to create a program called Partners in Healing. We've invited families into the healthcare team, and they've been able to do some tasks that help them to prepare for discharge.
A couple months ago, he came down with a fever, and we took him to the ER. We found out he had an infection in his blood that latched onto his heart. So Chase ended up having to have open heart surgery at Intermountain Medical Center, and that's where we first heard about Partners in Healing.
My experience with teaching Chase and Tristan was the best, because what I caught on right away is that she was very attentive to everything I was doing when I was in her room. But when I saw that, I said, oh, here we go. This would be a perfect person I can invite to be my partner in healing, because she was so active in his care.
Being home has been a really smooth transition. My wife is really on top of things, like almost gets mad at me for not doing things like the breathing machine. Has really been on top of the meds, changing my IV. I've been healing well, I feel comfortable, and it's just truly been great.
We have done a study on this program that we've done for the last 10 years, and in that study we found that we've got a 65% reduction in readmission rates amongst our participants. So this is the promise of One Intermountain, that all of our patients have the benefit of Partners in Healing.
I think we all believe that there are better ways to do things. In those cases where cancer is advanced, our chemotherapies aren't always effective, and I just wondered, as others, isn't there a better way? And that's when this whole concept of, well, let's look at a patient's DNA, and really the DNA specific to their tumor, to see if the answers to how to treat them are actually locked in that DNA. And it turns out that is true. Precision medicine is really taking someone's individual genomic information, personal health history, environmental makeup, and then designing a care plan for them that is specific and tailored to them based on those factors.
For example, many patients that are diagnosed with depression or anxiety and need support from a medication like an SSRI or an antidepressant, what oftentimes happens is it takes several weeks or even months for the patient to stabilize on the right dose. And in that period of time, the patient very likely will experience even worse symptoms. And the personalization that we do in genomics is based upon that patient's genome. And what we found is that patients who experience that process has a recovery time is cut in half because they're getting on the right drug and the right dose the first time.
We looked at pneumonia patients being seen at the LDS Hospital Emergency Department, and we did this over 11 years. So some of our emergency department physicians admitted twice as many of their pneumonia patients, but that admission decision cost 20 times as much money. There was no benefit to the patients from the doctors who admitted more patients than the others. So one of the things that we have done is to have what we call clinical decision support that calculates severity of illness and provides that to the physician to try and make the decision-making more consistent and pick out the people who really do need to go in the hospital and have a better outcome.
We have now branched far outside of oncology, and we're working with our partners and colleagues across all of Intermountain Healthcare, cardiology, infectious diseases, pulmonology, surgical care, primary care, all of these different disciplines. And we believe that precision medicine holds the promise of delivering better outcomes at lower costs.
What we're doing through precision genomics is a perfect One Intermountain story, because it highlights the need to take a very functional group of individuals and expertise that happens to be in St. George and leverage those resources to implement a strategy for the entire system.
We would like our patients all to have the benefit of Partners in Healing because it is so beneficial and so meaningful, and we found that One Intermountain is the vehicle that will get us there.
Even though we've made great strides, there are great ideas for the future in what more we could do in terms of understanding the way the body reacts. And I'm excited about One Intermountain to really achieve what we've been talking about, regardless of whether it's Panguitch or Utah Valley or Salt Lake City.
Well, I think One Intermountain means we all have a common goal, we have a common vision, we avoid silos, we are transparent with each other.
This is the promise of One Intermountain, and this is one of the wonderful benefits of One Intermountain.
Our end goal is to help patients live the healthiest lives possible. And if we can do that while also saving money by implementing sophisticated technologies and innovative approaches, then that's what we'll do.